Gang, what's up, my people? Today we'll be breaking down the new song by our own superstar Asake, and the title of song is Worship, and it featured DJ Snake on it. Like I always say, if you like videos like this, please do not forget to like and subscribe to the channel. If you have any comment or contribution, drop it in the comment section of the video. I'll surely get back to you ASAP. The link to download the stems of this beat will be in the video description. You can download it and make bangers with it. If you want the FLP of this beat breakdown or every other FLP or beat breakdown that we've done on this channel, you can download it from the Ultimate Afrobeat FLP pack, the bumper edition. Now for the bumper edition, we have the volume 1, the volume 2, the volume 3, and also the latest volume, which is the volume 4, all in one bumper pack. The link to download the bumper pack will be in the video description. And also if you want the individual pack as well, the link to download it will also be there. Download it, and like I always say, make bangers with it. Let's get into this video. I'm going to start with the drums. Now for this particular section of the drums, and they have the kick. Now the kick is heavy and very punchy. Then we have the rims, this percussion right here. Or then we have this shaker right here. Now for the shaker, I sent to the mixer. I think I added some reverb to it and delay. I had some chorus stereo enhancer to make it wider. Then my magic dice, which is a reverb and a delay plugin, and I reduced the mix to like 8%. Then I removed the low end, and I removed some frequency I really don't really like in it. So then after that, we added some shakers and hi-hat loops just to make it sound like something in the original song. And basically that's what we have for the drum. I'm going to move to the next set of elements now, which are the melodies. So for the first melody component of this beat, I'll be talking about the bass line, and this is the major bass line that played throughout the song. Now for that bass line, this is sub bass, very simple sine bass. I'm using the sound from Flex. It is a Submarine from Flex. I sent to the mixer where I have just my fruity limiter on it, which is a side chain. Then I have my sausage fattener just to add some heaviness to it. Then EQ cut out some of the lows and a lot of the highs as well. Then after that, we have the chord progression of the song. Now for that sound, I'm using two different sounds. The first one is from Poison. It is the KDB 1 piano from Poison. I played it to the left, and I also layered it with the sound from Hamlet, which is the 80s EP, and I played it to the right. And for the sound, I assembled them to the same mixer chain. I have my stereo enhancer, some fruity chorus, blood of drive, and my EQ cut out some of the lows of the sound. And that's what I did for that. Then we have this guitar sound right here. Now for that guitar sound, we played it in the song itself. I just layered some couple of VSTs, but I had to bounce it away because it was making my system go crazy. So I just bounced it to the wave. And I think I sent it to the mixer where I have some effect on it. I have my soft clipper, then some stereo shaper. I reduced the mix to 9%, and Vala reverb, delay with the fruity delay 3. And EQ cut out some of the lows and boosted a bit of the highs as well. That's why it sounds like that. After that, we have this string right here. So for that string, it played in the intro of the song, and like I said earlier, I just layered a couple of string sounds, and I got that particular sound, but I had to bounce it away again. Now, I sampled the original string from the song itself for the intro part as well, and this is what it sounds like. So that is the original string from the song, and you'll notice that it sounds more realistic and fuller, and like it has like a choir part to it. And together, you listen to what both of them sound like together when I play the old beat. Then we added this bass line for the intro. For that bass line, it played in the intro, and what I did was just to use two different VSCs. The first one is from GMS. This is the Diablo TE from GMS. I sent to the mixer as well. I have my EQ, cut out some of the lows and a lot of the highs as well. Then I layered it with a sub bass I showed you earlier from Citrus, which is the sub bass 2. This string as well played in the intro part of the song. So that's just it. Playing just two notes, I layered it, played it in multiple octave just to sound full. And for that sound, I'm using two different VSCs. The first one is from S-Pan 2. There's the bright staccato in S-Pan 2. Then I layer and the sound from Flex, which is the violin staccato in Flex. For the effect on it, I sent both of them to the same mixing chain, and I just have my EQ on it. Then we have this guitar sound again, another guitar sound. Now on this one, you might not really enjoy it, but when you play it together with the beat, you really understand what that sound is doing. And for that particular sound, I'm using two different VSCs. The first one is from S-Pan 2. It is the nylon fingered harmonica in S-Pan 2 under the guitar. Then I layer out the sound from Muffin, which is the string Spanish guitar in Muffin, and I sent both of them to the same mixer chain. I just have my same chain I showed you earlier for the guitar. That's what I did for that particular sound. Then we added this pad right here. Now for that, I'm using GMS. It is my own personal pad preset. I just did it myself, and you can pause the video and look at the knobs right here and try to get yours. But I sent to the mixer where I think I had an EQ, a stereo shaper to make it wider, but I reduced this to 27%. Then EQ cut out some of the lows of the sound as well. Another sound that is very, very peculiar in this song is the brass, which is this right here. Now for that brother, I layered a lot of, I think like 4 VSCs to get that particular brass sample. And very, very simple melody right there. If you listen to the song, you really enjoy that session. And I think I saw a video where they were talking about how they recorded it. It was a live trumpet player that they used to record that session. And for the last part, I just used my VSC to have like a swelling effect. And there are different VSCs you can use for that. But for this one, I just layer some couple of instruments for it. And I sent to the mixer where I have some few things, just my EQ on it, and cut out some of the lows. That's what I did for that sound. Then the bass line in this session also changed up. Now for that bass line, I'm using the strings, 5-string new guitar, fingered guitar under the bass bank in Flex, and I laid out the sub bass I showed you earlier, and I did not add any effect to it. I just left it the way it is because it really sounded really nice. And after that, this string right here. So it's still the same VSCs I used for the other string I showed you earlier. I just made some changes and listened to what they played in that section of the beat And we have something similar. Basically, that's the whole melodic instrument that was added, except for the lead sound. Now, for that lead sound, it's what played in the drop of the beat. And for me, this is my own version of the melody because I layered it with the original melody as well. But this is what my own version is playing. For that, I layered a couple of instruments, and the first one is the flute from Flex. It's the flute staccato. Then I layered another sound from Expand 2, which is the small pen pipes in Expand 2. Then another sound from Xenology, which is the pen pipe as well, because the original sound sounds like a flute sound. But I really don't know where they got it from, but it sounds like a flute sound, which I'm very sure it is a flute sound. And the last one is on Purity, which is the pen flute in Purity, and I send both of them to the same mixer chain. I just have my EQ. I boosted the high frequency a little bit because you noted that in the song, that melody had like a lot of high frequency, like a sound that is like 30 or something like that. And I added my compressor, compressed everything together, and my stereo shaper. I reduced the mix to 10%. Then some blood over just to make it more dirty in the high end. And EQ cut out some of the lows, a lot of the lows actually. And basically that's what I did for that particular sound. And basically that's the whole song actually. So I'm going to play everything for you guys now so you listen to what it sounds like all together. So basically that's how I remade Asake's worship song in FS Studios. An amazing song, a banger of a song, and I know you will learn one or two things from this video. Like I always say, if you like videos like this, please do not forget to like and subscribe to the channel. If you have any comment or contribution, drop it in the comment section of the video. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.